This is the KZZI K98 mechanical retro keyboard. It was sent to me in exchange for an honest review, and I really like it. The build quality, the beautiful colors and design grabbed my attention, and I wanted to share it with you. Not every product I receive ends up featuring in a video. That's because not every product requires or deserves a review. I've spent almost 2 weeks with it, and in this video, I'll share my experience and thoughts with you. Don't go away. Out of the box, you get what's expected from a keyboard box. Besides the keyboard, you get a 2-in-1 keycap puller, USB-C cable, 4 additional switches, and an instruction manual. To get started, simply press and hold the aluminum scroll wheel on the right, and to switch between Bluetooth, wire, and 2.4 GHz connection, you can short-click the same wheel. The 2.4 GHz receiver is located on the back, inside of a magnetic cavity. There are a few things that grabbed my attention on this keyboard. First thing is the weight, and subsequently the build quality. This thing is a tank. It is super heavy, weighing in at 1,170 grams, which is exactly what you want from a keyboard. The second thing I noticed was the icy crystal panel on the back, which not only looks cool and unique in design, but it's what gives it its weight. Because it's a panel, the weight distribution is excellent and feels the same whichever way you grab it. The weight is also a result of the thickened case that's larger than most keyboards on the market. And despite the thick case, it's almost identical in height versus other keyboards. On the back as well, you have 2-stage kickstand to adjust the angle. The one I got has the linear rainbow switches with south-facing RGBs, which are more suitable for gaming, but you have 3 other types to choose from. Rain for gaming and typing, Poseidon for cooler RGB effect, and Relay for quiet office work. It supports 3 to 5 pins and is capable of anti-ghosting, which means it always registers key presses, even if you press several keys or all the keys at once, which is a must for gamers. I don't know about most people, but I have a fascination with scroll wheels on keyboards. My first expensive keyboard was the Logitech Craft, which featured a large knob called the crown. On the K98, it is slightly different and clever at the same time. Most keyboards feature scroll wheels or knobs that are similar in design to the ULA F75, which is okay, but when you get used to the one on the K98, you will know what I mean. The vertical design, which allows you to scroll side to side, is a lot more easier to use and feels more accessible, because that's where your thumb would naturally rest. It's tactile and clicky, which is almost always better for precise movement, and is also clickable. Long press to turn on and off, and a single press to switch between modes. Simple and elegant. KZZI K98 has a dedicated software that allows you to customize the keyboard to your liking, one of which is to control the RGB, which has 16 different patterns and modes. You can adjust brightness. It allows you to assign macros, reassign keys, change RGB speed, basically business as usual. The only notable thing about the software is you can expect to receive regular updates to fix bugs and to add features. And for full disclosure, yes, I did face some bugs here and there, but nothing major. This is typical of such softwares, as they're required to read and write information to the keyboard, which requires constant communication between the host PC and the keyboard. Think of it like a video editing software. To assign macro or custom keys, head to this section of the software where it says M, click New, rename it to help identify it, adjust the delay, usually 2 to 4 milliseconds works fine, click Start Record, register the keystrokes you require. In my case, I use it to save my email address, click Stop Record, head to the Custom Button section, select Macros, drag and drop the custom key you just made, and drop it where you want it. Next time you hit that key, it will type the phrase or command you saved. The phrase or command is saved on the keyboard itself, meaning if you took the keyboard to another PC, it will still maintain the custom key you just made. I checked how many keystrokes the keyboard can register, and it topped out at 30 characters, which is more than enough for most of my needs. Taking off the keycaps reveals a cherry profile and south-facing RGB. The RGB is built very well, fairly bright and also diffused. You can change the pattern by using the software or directly on the keyboard by pressing FN key plus \. Just make sure you activate the FN key using the software by selecting this option here. Activating the FN key will give you access to a ton of shortcuts that will eliminate the need for the software and make it quicker to control keyboard effects. For example, you can change the light bar brightness or colors or completely turn it off. You have 3 types of connections to choose from: wired, wireless with the 2.4 GHz dongle, and Bluetooth. Using Bluetooth, you can connect up to 3 devices. This is super useful if you have a multiple PC setup to work with, or if you want to switch from your PC to your phone. You just click and hold FN plus Q for 3 seconds. Once it starts flashing, it means it's ready to connect. Repeat the same step with the letter W and E to connect to the remaining 2 channels. A quick press between them will allow you to switch between the 3 Bluetooth channels. The battery on the K98 is massive, one of the biggest I came across at 6,300 mAh. That's enough to keep the keyboard alive with the backlight constantly on around 40 straight hours, or 600 hours with the backlight at the minimum brightness. That's about 25 days. On standby, it can last for a year and a half. Whew. The only downside to it though is that it takes up to 12 hours to fully charge. To keep an eye on it, you have a light bar indicator that's again built very well. This is the part where we do the typing test. Take a listen. I'm quite impressed with the degree of quality and number of features you have on this keyboard, and I absolutely love the color combination. The old beige with the green and brown makes it stand out and difficult to blend in with modern technology, but not in a bad or flashy way. Other than the buggy software, which still gets the job done, I have 0 complaints. I'm even more impressed, or rather surprised, that it only costs $85 if you purchase from the official website, which offers free international delivery to certain countries. I will have an Amazon link to the product from the official seller if you prefer to purchase through Amazon, and I will also leave some discount codes if I can find some. And in case someone is wondering, yes, it's compatible with Mac, iOS, and even Android. If you enjoyed this style of voiceover videos, you will also enjoy my voiceover playlist. That's all for today. I'll catch you in the next one.